Does this look strange to you? If you had asked me this 10 years ago, I would have thought you were crazy. Why do you take your phone with you everywhere you go? Even the bathroom? The issue of the unhealthy usage of social media isn't a new one, and it's probably one that you've heard of before. But honestly, I think it's been one that's constantly ignored. As a social media addict myself, I too am constantly stuck in this trap. In this video, I'm going to go through a few tricks to help you intentionally use social media so that you can get more done and focus on your goals and aspirations. And at the end, I'm going to tell you one important thing that I learned from all this that blew my mind. Let's get started. Recognize the role. Being at home throughout quarantine these past few months, it's really made me realize how much I actually check my phone. Before lockdown, I was occupied with other tasks, going to the gym, hanging out with friends, eating at restaurants, actually going to class in person, so it wasn't as obvious to me then. Do me a favor, pause this video for a second, pause it, don't close it, and go into the settings on your phone and check the screen time. How much do you have right now? If you're watching this video earlier than day and it's lower, I can understand. But I can almost guarantee that if you're familiar with technology and social media and use it on a regular basis, you're going to end the day with at least 4 hours of screen time, at least. So I feel like the problem with a lot of people is that they don't assign a specific role to social media, and so they end up just mindlessly scrolling on social media for hours on end with no real purpose in mind. But at the end of the day, our phones are meant to be tools. Originally, they were created to be used as a tool just for calling people, but has now evolved into many more as technology continues to advance. And with that, the purpose of phones has also become blurry and in some cases just non-existent. So one of the ways I think you can limit social media usage is asking yourself, why are you on social media in the first place? Is it to reply to an important message? Or are you checking in on friends who are at a birthday party that you missed? Because the fact of the matter is, when you're on social media looking at other people's lives, their photos, their stories, their videos, you're wasting your own precious time and not participating in your own life. Recognizing the role that social media is meant to play and limiting yourself to only check social media when you actually need to accomplish something can help limit your usage so you don't spend hours upon hours without even realizing it. Schedule usage. Just like when you schedule out your day, assigning specific tasks to a specific time, you can also start assigning schedules to when you can check your phone as well. Something that's worked well for me in the past is to limit myself to checking Instagram only when I wake up in the morning and before I go to bed at night. That way I know that when I wake up in the morning, I can open Instagram and see everything that I missed the night before. And at night, I know that before I go to bed, I can go on Instagram and scroll through all the pictures and videos that I missed throughout the day. It sort of has the same feeling as binging a TV show. Wait long enough, you can watch, or in this case, scroll through everything all at once. One thing that might help with this, if you don't have much self-control like I do, is to put distance between you and your phone. Put your phone in another room, or at the very least, somewhere where it's out of arm's reach. So if you do want to grab it, you'll have to get up out of your chair and go pick it up. That way, if you do want to get it, you'll at least end up doing a couple of chair squats throughout the day and get some exercise. Or if you want to go the extreme route, you can also go online and order one of those containers with time locked on it. I first saw someone use this when I watched Nate O'Brien's minimalist apartment video, where he talked about how he would lock up his phone in the container for a period of time so that he wouldn't be able to access it while he was working. I personally probably wouldn't go that far. My concern would be that if someone wanted to reach me while I had my phone locked in that container, they wouldn't be able to, and I also wouldn't be able to get back to them. And at the end, you should end up doing what you're comfortable with, whether that be just putting your phone out of arm's reach or going as extreme as locking it in another container. Turn off notifications. Another smaller change that you can make within your phone usage is to turn off your notifications. Just that extra step of having to unlock your phone in order to access the apps can be a strong enough barrier for you to not look at it. But when you have your notifications on and it's constantly lighting up the screen or it's constantly making a sound, it's giving you an incentive to go through that unlock barrier because you want to see what's on the other side. And it would make more sense if you were replying to an important conversation. But if it's one of those replies that sort of ends the conversation, like one where they answer your question and you thank them, or one where you just answer with a simple okay. The problem with those is that although you may be done with that conversation, since you're already on your phone, you might as well hop on Instagram and scroll through a few pictures or message someone else to see what they're up to. And it's this one extra step that could eventually lead you to spending hours upon hours mindlessly scrolling on social media. Maybe you start watching some cat videos on YouTube, or you go on Facebook reading some of the most recent memes, and by the time you realize what you've done, 3 hours have passed by. And so having your notifications turned off can go a long way, where your phone isn't nudging you every couple minutes for your attention. Which also brings me to this important realization that I learned throughout this process. And it is that people are happier when they can fully focus on what they're doing, even if what they're doing is unpleasant or something that they don't necessarily want to do. And I think this is describing what you feel when you're in the zone. I think that when you can focus on doing something for a solid half hour without being distracted, it becomes harder for you to stop and you don't feel the pain or the roadblock that you felt before you start doing the task. And so the goal of this whole video is to help you implement certain methods and habits to help you not be distracted by your phone or social media. So you can focus on studying, working, or doing whatever task is going to bring you closer to your goals and aspirations. But hopefully you learned something from this video or found it interesting. If you did, don't forget to leave a like down below. And like always, if you made it to the end of this video, you clearly didn't find me too boring, so go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. So that's been it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.